If you've ever wondered why Rolex is called Rolex, the answer is surprisingly simple. It isn't named after its founder. It isn't an acronym. And it doesn't come from a city, a family name, or a historical figure. Instead, the founder wanted a word that sounded the same in every language, was easy to pronounce, looked good on a watch dial, and could be remembered after hearing it just once. That made Rolex one of the earliest examples of a company creating a completely original brand name. But why would someone invent an entirely new word? And how did that made-up name become the most prestigious watch brand on Earth? To answer that, we need to go back to London in 1905. At the beginning of the 20th century, wristwatches weren't exactly respected. Most men still carried pocket watches. Wristwatches were often seen as delicate jewelry rather than precision instruments. But one young businessman disagreed. His name was Hans Wilsdorf. Born in Germany, Wilsdorf believed wristwatches would replace pocket watches one day. The only problem? People didn't trust them. They were considered inaccurate and unreliable. If Wilsdorf wanted to convince the public, he needed to build something completely different. In 1905, he moved to London and founded a watch company with his brother-in-law, Alfred Davis. The business was called Wilsdorf and Davis. The company didn't manufacture watches itself. Instead, it sourced movements from Switzerland, placed them into high-quality cases, and sold finished watches under various retailer names. Business was growing, but Wilsdorf had a problem. Wilsdorf and Davis wasn't exactly memorable. It was long, hard to pronounce in some countries, and impossible to fit elegantly on a watch dial. Back then, most watches weren't known by brand names. Retailers often sold watches under their own names instead. Wilsdorf wanted something different. He wanted customers asking specifically for his watches. That required a powerful brand. So he began searching for the perfect name. According to Rolex's own history, he experimented with hundreds of combinations of letters. Nothing felt right. Then one day, inspiration struck. Wilsdorf later wrote that while riding on the upper deck of a London horse-drawn omnibus, the name Rolex suddenly came to him, as though whispered in his ear. Whether that's exactly how it happened is impossible to verify. But one thing is certain. By 1908, he officially registered the trademark, Rolex. So, what does Rolex actually mean? The answer is nothing. The word has no dictionary definition. It was intentionally invented. Hans Wilsdorf later explained why he chose it. He believed the word had several advantages. First, it was short, just 5 letters. Second, could be pronounced easily in almost every European language. Third, it looked elegant on a watch dial. Fourth, it was distinctive enough to be trademarked around the world. Wilsdorf even said the name sounded like the winding of a watch. Whether or not people hear that today, the sound certainly feels crisp and mechanical. Rolex wasn't chosen because it meant something. It was chosen because it could become something. And that's exactly what happened. A great name alone doesn't build a legendary company. The product has to deliver. Wilsdorf knew that. His first mission was accuracy. In 1910, a Rolex watch received one of Switzerland's first chronometer certifications for a wristwatch. That was a huge achievement. Then, in 1914, a Rolex received a Class A precision certificate from the Kew Observatory in England. Until then, that level of accuracy had largely been reserved for marine chronometers. Rolex suddenly wasn't just making wristwatches. It was proving they could rival the most accurate timepieces in the world. The name began gaining credibility. Accuracy solved one problem. Durability solved another. Dust and moisture were constant enemies of early watches. In 1926, Rolex introduced the Oyster. It was the world's first commercially successful waterproof wristwatch. To prove it worked, Wilsdorf didn't simply advertise. He staged a publicity stunt. In 1927, British swimmer Mercedes Gleitze wore a Rolex Oyster while swimming across the English Channel. After hours in cold water, the watch was still ticking perfectly. Newspapers loved the story. Rolex bought an entire front page in the Daily Mail celebrating the achievement. It was brilliant marketing. People didn't just hear Rolex was waterproof. They saw proof. Rolex didn't stop there. In 1931, it introduced the perpetual self-winding rotor. The movement wound itself naturally while worn. Later came watches built for professionals. The Explorer, the Submariner, the GMT Master, the Daytona. Each model became associated with exploration, aviation, diving, or motorsport. In 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay conquered Mount Everest. The expedition was equipped with Rolex Oyster perpetual chronometers. Rolex wasn't simply selling watches anymore. It was selling capability, achievement, adventure, success. Over time, the invented word Rolex gained meaning through decades of consistent quality and marketing. Looking back, Hans Wilsdorf's naming strategy was decades ahead of its time. Today, companies spend millions trying to invent memorable names. Rolex did it over a century ago. The word doesn't need translating. It works in virtually every market. It's easy to remember, easy to pronounce, easy to print, and impossible to confuse with another watch brand. In branding, that's incredibly powerful. The name itself carries no meaning. The company created the meaning. So, why is Rolex called Rolex? Because Hans Wilsdorf deliberately invented a short, memorable word that could be recognized and pronounced around the world. It wasn't inherited. It wasn't borrowed. And it wasn't chosen because of its meaning. It was chosen because it was designed to become one of the strongest brand names ever created. More than 100 years later, mission accomplished. Today, Rolex is synonymous with luxury, precision, craftsmanship, and success. All from a 5-letter word that meant absolutely nothing, until one visionary entrepreneur gave it meaning. If you enjoyed learning the story behind the name Rolex, you'll probably enjoy the rest of this series, where we uncover the surprising origins behind some of the world's biggest brands. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Which famous brand should we explore next?